Hello, everybody. It is Matt and it is Maniac Monday, and I am back at you with yet another review. Before I roll on to any of that, I want to wish each and every one of you a great morning, evening, dawn, day, or dusk, all that lovely stuff, because life really is too short as is. Do me a really huge favor and like, share, and subscribe. I love seeing your beautiful faces when you are here. I know I'm here an awful lot, but I have an awful lot on my plate to review. And one last little tidbit of information. Check out the description box. I give you a brief synopsis, a starring cast, your director, runtime of the cut I am watching, along with a link for a trailer. And if you decide you can help support Matt's Movie Mania and toss me a couple of bucks, so I give you a link for that as well. So with all that said in mind and all that out of the way, let's roll on to the film of the day. And today's is a very interesting wild ride. It is known as It's a Wonderful Slice. It has not been released yet. It, as far as I know, is getting a 2024 release. It is directed by Michael Moutsatsos. I'm sorry, Michael. I'm not going to murder your last name. Michael M. I'm just going to say. It is a Christmas holiday horror anthology. It is divided up into between 5 short stories, and each and every one of them have their own very interesting take on different tales of Christmas. Now, this movie runs at about an hour and 35 minutes. It's not rated. What exactly is it about? Well, there's all kinds of things that are going on. You have a man who has suffers from horrible migraines that likes to break it. He works for a local like cottage bed and breakfast hotel resort type place at Big Bear Lake, and he likes to break into his patrons' rooms and go through their stuff, and he suffers through these horrible migraines. And at one point when he has gone through, he is eventually caught by an actor who is there just trying to get away for a little while before his next big role, who is partaking in a lot of consumption of vodka. Now, there's other things that happen with this actor. Later on, you find out that his birthday is on the 25th of December, so on Christmas Day, and he is going through a very, very brutal mental breakdown. There is a segment which involves a Santa Claus werewolf type creature, where 2 friends are going out for a hike, and they decide that one of them decides he's going to go off and take a leak, have a urination stop, and he eventually his friend comes to find him, and he is this Santa Claus werewolf mixture of a creature. Very cool, very fun, interesting idea. I really liked it. Nice little twist on the end. Each story has their own little twist, which is great. There is a segment which involves Krampus. There's a segment which involves an elf that is a very mischievous one, while a masked Santa Claus is going around killing people. And this is all most of the carnage takes place, it seems like, at Big Bear Lake. A lot of the things that are going down. Now, this isn't going to be a very long review, because I really want you guys to check this out when it does come out, because there is so much going on. It's kind of hard to review it without giving away too much of the movie. On to the 3 things that I love my movies to meet. first is the audio. The audio is crisp, cool, and clean, as I like to say. There is no bumps or weird glitches in the audio to where you can't understand what a character is saying. It is very smooth on that aspect. So I really enjoyed it. I'm going to give it an A+ as far as it goes for audio. Now on to dialogue. That's where the bread and butter lies with this movie. I think this has some interesting dialogue throughout each segment, from the caretaker with the bad migraines to the actor, to a story of a girl who just wants a doll, and that takes a local mall Santa Claus hostage. And she has some interesting dialogue. It's just really just fun movie throughout the entire thing, and the dialogue really ranges all over the place, from newer age style of talking to some older stuff, because there is a segment that goes on through the Krampus segment, I believe it was, goes off in the past, but it's very brief. This movie does happen to jump around a lot, so there are places that are a little harder to follow. So I did rewind it and rewatch a few places a few times just for that aspect. But other than that, I'm going to give it another A+ for dialogue. Now on to editing. The editing is very, very good in this. It keeps a nice steady forward momentum, never loses its pacing. Each story has a great big beginning, middle, and end to it. I love the twists to each story, especially the girl that takes the mall Santa hostage. I feel like the twist on that is just absolutely beautiful. Now I'm going to back to the editing. There's no like weird continuity errors due to editing. Like I said, it keeps a nice forward momentum and never loses its pacing throughout the entire thing. So it's a really, really well made film. So I'm going to give it another A+ on the editing. Now on to my final score of 1 through 5. I'm going to give this thing a 4 out of 5. It is not quite 4.5 or 5.5 material. I feel like it probably could have been at least 10 minutes shorter. At least cut some of the stuff at the very beginning. I think I think some of it was a little unneeded, but other than that, I feel like it builds a very good story. I don't see any real problems with this. I have no real beef or any problems. I feel like it really keeps a good vibe going for a holiday horror film. Granted, it is a couple months later than I'd like to have watched this, but it is still winter time. I mean, granted, it is like 60 degrees outside right now, but either way, it is still very much a lovely film to watch. Alright guys, I love your faces. I'll be back at you on Wednesday with yet another review. Before I roll on to that, I'm going to wish all of you a wonderful day. Peace, and I love your faces.